What are some of the top 3 secrets or hacks that you have not yet discovered when it comes to trading GBPJPY? I've been trading GBPJPY for the past 6 years and I've been able to just notice some of the movements that it does within the markets. On top of that, what I've done is that I've been able to just backtest it using different types of styles, different types of strategies, and on top of that, different types of risk managers in order to be able to see what is the most easiest way that someone else can be able to trade GBPJPY so they do not have to go through all those 6 years in order to just get the right data and at the same time be able to just improve or grow from here. What's going on, guys? It is your boy Samutupi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video we are going to be speaking about some of the 3 hacks that I've been able to come up across ever since I started trading GBPJPY. And on top of that, we are going to be looking at the markets obviously, and I want us to speak a bit more to detail or too deep with these hacks, just so you are able to understand it much more clear and you're able to make profits when trading GBPJPY. So getting straight to it, the very first thing that I've started seeing, or one thing that I started spotting is as soon as I started being aware of this chart that I've been using here, this indicator, let me put it that way, this indicator that I've been using here, that's more of the sessions indicator. The first thing that I started doing here is I started noticing that yes, with my previous data experience, looking at the London session and everything similar to that, I knew the ranges that GBPJPY would be moving in a single day. That is why, even in the course, we are very specific, the courses that we actually do have, we're very specific in terms of, what is the daily range that you can expect from GBPJPY. We have all those deeper details. But now, for someone that's obviously you watching this video, you that maybe you do not have access to the course yet and stuff, what happens is that you are able to spot some sort of daily you are able to spot some sort of movements within the sessions that are being moved, and you're able to make a profit from it. So what do I mean by that? By the way, this is the very first hack. So what I mean by that is, for instance, you can see here with this there's different types of sessions. There's the, let me say, London session, Tokyo, New York, Sydney, and all of that. So what happens is that currently you see that it's saying that London session is active, which means that London session is the one that is in blue. So what I can do is that I can actually even decide to just come here and then let me just see if I can put out the sessions so I do not see them. London session, put it, okay, no, it's still here, I want to see it. New York session, let me put it out. Tokyo session, let me put it out. Sydney session, let me just put it out. And just say okay and see if that will change anything. There it is. It just updated now, literally just now. So you can see it's only London sessions, showing me London sessions only. So now what you do is that you are able to spot, let me just come here and use this tool, with this tool of mine. I want to just pull out this tool where it's going to be able to show me, all types of things that we actually want from the markets. So what I've done is that I just pulled out here, and then one thing that I like is that you can see here's the sessions right here. So what you do is that you can use the the measuring tool, or you can as well use all types of tools that you can use to measure. But what it does is that you are able to just come and just say along. I'm able to see during this London session how many pips was actually moved. London session is here to here, you can see 140 pips. Okay, let's look at another London session. Let's say from here all the way up to here, London session it moved 176 pips. So let's look at another London session. London session right up until here, you can see how many pips it moved, 113 pips. So basically you can see all the way from down here, which was still London session closed. Here's London session open. You can see it moved 238 pips. And now you do this. So what this does is that you are able to spot the ranges within the markets on how many pips get to be moving at each and every London session. And you're able to make some decisions off of that. So during London session, if you take profit is 50 pips away, 100 pips away, because a high chance that it will hit within just that session. Then also if you have 300 pips stop, take profits. What it does is that you are able to time it that at session, 2 sessions, 3 sessions, maybe it will take to hit your take profit. So that's the very first thing that I was able to spot. And this is just me showing you how you can use it, but going a bit more into detail with it, like I did say within the course, we actually have ranges and the exact numbers, all those things. But what it does is that it allows you to know exactly on what you can expect during that session. But not even that, you are able to actually backtest the deeper details in terms of on this day and this day and this day price moves like this, and on this day and this day it doesn't really move that much. So what I'm saying is that maybe you'll find out that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday the market actually moves more than 300 pips or 200 pips within a single session. and before that on Monday, Tuesday, maybe you'll notice that it actually moves 50 pips, 100 pips. Then from there you'll be able to know that whatever decisions that you're making, you can now focus on those last 3 days, on Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Friday, just so you're able to capitalize, on all those pips that the market moves in. So this is just one of the hacks that I was able to see, and I believe it can help someone else. So now let's move over to the second hack. Now the second thing that we're going to be speaking about here in terms of us understanding how GBPJPY is, and on top of that, you being able to just understand some of the secrets that I was able to spot while I've been trading it for the past few years. And obviously some of these things are not going to be secrets, but the reason I'm saying it's secrets is because it's not information that can that easily you can easily find it, or you actually have to go through the experience in order of it to be known. So I've noticed that when you are actually trading on GBPJPY and you're actually looking at stops, putting stops, like basically your risk management strategies, most important thing is when you are able to secure or have minimum stop losses instead of having a usual stop loss, what it does is that it's a bit more beneficial because it allows you to be able to, firstly, you can re-enter when the price ticks you out because of the risk compared to reward. Like for instance, if I have a 30 pips stop loss and my take profit is 120 pips, obviously it can take profit within that single session. So what it does is that now 30 out of what is the risk reward? Is over 4%, which is amazing. I would always risk 1% in order to make that much. But now you can actually squeeze it in a bit. Like with GBPJPY, I've noticed that there's a high chance that you can actually get your 9 pip stop losses. So let's just take a look at this. This is a trade that actually did take I think it was yesterday we took this trade. No, yesterday we took this trade. Yesterday, let me move this from here. So as soon as we took this trade, we bought it while price was still here. We're coming all the way up to here, and you can easily see that take profit is all the way up until stop loss is here, which is 30.9 pips. Remember, you can see how stop loss is. But I noticed that when this has after this moved actually, what I could have done as well is, as soon as price we executed here, what I could have done was easily just move my stop loss all the way to above somewhere around here, which is going to be a 15 pip. And the reason I say so is because I've been looking at it, I've been coming out with structure and data just so I'm able to understand. Because what it does is that even if it shoots in my direction, or even if it shoots and then comes back down, already the pips that would have moved upwards in profit are able to give me over 3%. So let me just show you here real quick. So let's say instead of here price being giving me a total of, let's say here 30 pip stop, or is the 30 pip, here 30 pip stop, giving me a total of 2.2% in returns, just by me doing a simple thing, just like here coming 15 pip, which still makes perfect sense. You see what I done? I flipped up my risk compared to reward over by double, which now instead of a 2.2, I'm actually making a 4.7. And the first the target that we initially had, which is here, it has now turned from a 4% into a 8%. So this is something that I noticed that with GBPJPY, it's one of those setups that if you catch the entry, you do not even have to have 30 pips, 50 pips stop loss. You can even have something as tight as a 5 pip stop loss. Let's say now, for instance, looking at what the price has been doing. Yeah, price came back. It bounced here. It broke above. Came back. It was playing around here. So if let's say you're a person that is buying price, after when you've seen this, obviously you're executing from a smaller time frame, which is your 15 minutes, just by putting a buy stop here. You have a buy stop, or you just buy when price is there. You put your stop loss just below here, somewhere below here, because why? You can see this whole movement, this impulse and this correction here, 15 minutes, and obviously you see the next impulse that's coming. So what it does is that you can have your stop loss be at your 9.5 pips, and you see just here at that level, it has now been flipped into a 6.5%, and all the way up until here, and take profit has been flipped into 11%. So now on GBPJPY, it was one of those trades that actually you can benefit so much from it in terms of the risk compared to rewards. Let us now move over to the third and last one. So I made sure that I actually saved the best for last. And the third last hack that I actually noticed while trading GBPJPY is that because of its pip value, having to obviously 1 pip compared to any other currency is a bit more valued, or it's worth a bit more. What it does is that before someone else can start trading indices fully, you can start off by trading GBPJPY in order to be able to understand it, look at it, understand how these coins are moving. And on top of that, once you've been able to master the psychology side of managing the money side of GBPJPY, what it does is that you slowly be able to trade your US 30s or US hundreds, your Nasdaqs and stuff, because Obviously, when most people they move from currency and all the way to indices and find out that indices are a bit more volatile, they move too quick, they are worth so much money, so it's either can lose so much money, can make so much money. But now with GBPJPY, what it does is that it is in the middle, because it has a bit more, the pip value is a bit more compared to normal currencies like your Euro, USDs and all of that. But at the same time, it's less compared to your indices. So you just being in the center, you just being in the middle of it, you are able to know what 100 pip feels like in terms of profits that you're making. I understand. I remember back in the olden days, I once had a trade, executed 0.03 lot size on GBPJPY, and I held over 100 and I think 20, 110 dollars in profits, on just using a lot size of 0.03. So imagine what that can do. It's just something that so many people can benefit from. Also looking at the fact that it's a low risk, there's not that much risk up front, and on top of that, it's just something that's going to be moving you to the next level, which means that if you want to slowly get into trading indices in a much more profitable way, it will help you into moving to that level. So those are the 3 hacks that I highly believe can help you out be able to just succeed or enjoy trading. I will see you in the next YouTube video. It is your boy Mutupi. Make sure that you are in our Telegram group, which is the fastest growing Telegram group currently, and I'm just excited to be one of the members of it. Make sure that you are also in it, and I will see you in the next YouTube video. This is Mutupi. Thank you so much.